And we're live. Can everybody hear me? This is a very important question. Can everybody hear me? I'm hoping the answer is a resounding yes. Nice and loud. I just turned down my volume, so now, of course, I can't hear it, but you know. Oh, look, I'm getting a Les Mills on Demand ad. That's appropriate. It's moving real slow. You can hear me? And the feed's going okay? Oh, it gave me another ad. What? Guys, I swear, I don't tell it to give ads. Not on my live streams. There we go. Okay, whew. I was like, is it not working? What is happening? Okay, it appears that everything is working. We're going to give everybody a minute or two to get on here because I keep failing to be like making the community post of, hey, we're officially going to be doing this at 7 p.m., not 7:30. Because this time seems to work better for everybody, which I'm glad. I'm glad it seems to work well for everybody. Oh my goodness, you guys, do you know what today is? Do you know? You know what today is? I would not know this if it wasn't for Lissa, by the way. Lissa keeps track of things really, really well. Hi, Chrissy, welcome. Today is apparently-ish the 1 year anniversary of me doing live streams every week. Hi, April. Oh, it's so good to see you. Glad you could be here. So I've been doing this for a year. Ladies and gentlemen, a year. Can you even believe that? I can't believe that. That's crazy. I don't even know. Like, I did a couple of live streams. I went back and looked. Ginny Weasley's birthday. Is today Ginny Weasley's birthday? Is that a thing? Do we know Ginny Weasley's birthday? Hello, Brooke, and I have to go and say hi to everybody who's here. But that's the thing. So today is our little birthday party. It's our live stream birthday party, and of course, I didn't think far enough ahead to like do anything fun and exciting, but we, the community, always end up making it fun and exciting anyway. So that's what's going on. It is the first anniversary of the Diva and the Divine weekly live stream. Let's see who all is here joining us for the birthday party. We've got Lissa and Marie, who started the party without me, and Susan, who started the party without me as well. Thank you. Thank you, Firecracker. And Lissa's here, and Rosie is here. Lindsay's here. You guys had a whole conversation going. My goodness gracious. Chrissy is here. April is here for the very first time. Brooke is here. Firecracker is here. Julie is here. Just came on. Sarah and Honey, hello, hello, hello. It is good to see you all this evening. How was your week? How are things going? Let's start right off the bat with some highs and some lows and tell me what's going on. You are free to share if you want to. You don't have to share. I always start with highs and lows because, quite frankly, because that's what we used to do in youth group when I was in high school. Whenever youth group got together, we would start with highs and lows because it would be an opportunity for us to share something awesome that happened to us that week and something that wasn't so awesome that we needed prayer for or something like that. So highs and lows was a youth group thing for me, and I just thought that it translated really well to the live stream because it gives us an opportunity to share our struggles and to share our successes with one another. So I think that's just something that I've adapted from my childhood. Is high school your childhood? It could be, I guess. So share your highs and your lows. Let's see what we've got. Sorry, was on the hunt for a power cord. I had to hunt for my power cord too. My power cord that's usually always on my desk, the phone is plugged into, was not even up here. I found it underneath our table against the wall. I have no freaking idea how it got there. So I was doing the same thing. Let's see. Congrats on your birthday for the lives. Thank you. Michelle, hello, and Rebecca, hello, and Katie. I passed a certification required by my district. That's amazing. Sarah did a pump workout. Yes, after work even. After I slept in this morning and didn't have time. Good for you. Hi, Amberly. Good to see you. I am, Lord willing, like a day out from being able to do body pump. My weights are here. The plates for my bar are in the basement. The bar just hasn't gotten here yet. And I think it's supposed to show up tomorrow. I really hope it does, because unfortunately my workout will be done by the time the UPS man gets here. Hi, Mindy. But UPS comes in the afternoon. But Thursday, watch out Thursday, because your girl's body pumping. And I discovered that I have access to literally every body pump release that I have been a part of since I started. Like, I even texted my friend Nicole, who was my body pump instructor, and I was like, which one had Believer in it? Because that's about the time I started. And she said 103. And I was like, yes, awesome. I have 103 all the way through to the most recent. I am so stinking excited. That can be my high, and I haven't even done it yet. Oh my gosh. Looks like a lot of you were doing the same sort of stuff, and I love that. I love that. Let's see. My low and high are pretty much the same right now. My arms hurt in ways they've never hurt before. Been there. Mindy did in week 2 of Transform 20. 8 workouts complete, 28 to go. Amazing. Transform 20 is Beachbody, right? I didn't know you had access to Beachbody. That's awesome. Had vacation last week and now I'm so tired. Okay. I have the DVDs, but when I finished, I may sign up for Les Mills. So I just unlocked Les Mills and I did Body Combat yesterday. Whoa. Like, Lift 4 is awesome. I love me some Lift 4. I don't love the HIIT part of Lift 4, but I love Lift 4, and it has done amazing things for me. Holy Body Combat. My heart rate, the 55-minute workout, my heart rate was in between 120 and 150 the entire time. It was madness, absolute madness. So good though. Like, I finished it and I was like, this is awesome. So I'm doing a little bit of Body Combat to rev me up for 10 rounds, which I'm assuming is pretty much the same thing. So we'll see. We'll see. Brandy is here. Hello. I finally found a hobby I'm loving after 7 years. Oh, Chrissy, what's your hobby? If you don't mind sharing. Or did you just share? I'm really behind now. Finally found a hobby I'm loving after 7 years of trying different things and full days of tracking. Amazing. Amazing. My treadmill was finally delivered. Love that. Low, work has been stressful. High, getting a new washer and dryer. Well, isn't that exciting? I love that. Oh, Amber Lee took care of asking what the hobby was. Lindsay, you guys have put me to shame. Do you like Les Mills better than Beachbody? No, I like them the same. I think that it's a very different, now granted, I've only ever done like 3 or 4 Les Mills on-demand workouts. I have never done Beachbody in person because Beachbody in person is not a thing. I have done Les Mills in person. So I have a major affection for Body Pump. Major affection. You guys know my affection for Pump is so stinking real, but it was also because of the community I built around Body Pump. I would go to Body Pump back in Illinois with girls from my church and be led by another friend from my church. So it was like church girl time and workout time all at the same time, and it was an amazing community to be part of. So between that and discovering that I could, like, Body Pump was really the first major way I pushed myself physically, in discovering that, hey, if I put a bar in my hands, I can in fact lift my arms up over my head. This is a miracle. Let's see what I can do with this. So Body Pump has a very, very, very deep root in my heart and in my soul. And I am so excited to be able to do Body Pump again this week. But it's not going to be the same because I won't be with people to do it, you know? But I do love the concept of I almost said Body Pump, Beachbody. And here's why. Beachbody was the first thing that was like, oh, here are all of these different workout options. And for a while, I've had Beachbody before, and I dabbled in like, let me do a couple of country heat workouts. Let me see what I feel like doing. I've dabbled in size. I've dabbled in Transform 20. I've dabbled in a couple of different things. But I never committed to doing a program start to finish until Lift 4. And I really liked how I could work out at home and how it actually worked. Like, it actually worked. I gained muscle. I am building muscle like a mad woman, which is awesome for even the normal human being, but for my body, it's like a miracle from God, I swear. And so I also have an affection for the concept of Beachbody as well. And the offerings on Les Mills are similar and different at the same time. So Beachbody has all of its different programs, and its programs vary in length, but they are like, you have a different workout for every day, or for, Lift 4 was Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. You had a theme, a rotation, a routine, but it was still varied, and it was an 8-week program, right? Les Mills are classes that you get taught in studio. So there are releases, Body Pump Release 103, for example, and everybody everywhere would release that release at the same time. So Les Mills people all over the world were doing 103. And then that would happen for 4 or 5 weeks consistently. So I would show up to Body Pump 3 days a week and do the same workout, same music, same routine every time until we all got tired of 103. So it was usually about 4 weeks of straight new release. And then the instructors would start to incorporate old tracks and do some mashups and things like that. But that's how that ran. So the releases on Les Mills it's body combat, but it's the specific release. There's not like a theme to it. They do have, or a routine, an overall like 6-week program. I noticed that they do now have programs put together for you, like the beginner or the something or other, which is like, it has a 6-week suggestion and there are 12 workouts, and day 1 is a body combat workout, and day 2 is a body pump workout, and day 3 is CX training, and day 4 is whatever. So it kind of lines things up for you a la Beachbody, but it's not quite the same. I mainly, we paid for the 3-month subscription to Les Mills so I can get Body Pump in my system and just enjoy a little bit of something that's not Beachbody for a while. I have every intention of starting 10 rounds on August 31st. So I'll be back onto Beachbody. We'll see where things go from there, but it just felt so good to do something a little different. The other difference is the Les Mills stuff is filmed in front of a massive audience that is working out with you. And there's like 5 or 6 different instructors on the stage, and like they rotated halfway through the track. Like, we're doing a track and some woman took one part and some man took the second half, and like they were switching and it was seamless, and there were literally hundreds of people in the audience doing it as well. So the vibe, even though you weren't there, the energy was very different. Because Lift 4, while incredible and a great workout, was a much smaller, more intimate setting, no music, no anything like that. And Les Mills has a lot of music, and it's just a different energy. And I can't say I like one of them better than the other. Body Pump will always win because it's the love of my life. But at the same time, I'm wondering now with my Lift 4 experience how I'm going to feel about Body Pump. It's going to be really interesting. That was a really long explanation. Let's see. You guys keep talking and it keeps bumping my thing down. Let's see. Can't even do a real push-up. That's what your comment was. You just got it. Molly hooked you up. Excellent, Mindy. I'm excited to see what you think. Oh, Lisa, I just saw you're excited to see how Body Pump goes. I am too. I'm very interested to see how my Body Pump goes after doing all the weightlifting that I've been doing. It's going to be very interesting because I have not done Body Pump since like February. Maybe the beginning of March, but I think maybe February. Digital art with the Apple iPad pencil. Yeah, excellent. That's really cool. I want to be able to do stuff like that, but I can't. I'm just not good at it. Making art every day prompts. Absolutely love the community that goes along with it. How cool. That's really cool. Good for you. I walked to work today, 2.5 miles, not easy in a mask in 89-degree heat. Oof. Did it though. 15,000 steps today. Way to go, Susan. Way to go. What worries me with the online stuff is that they will want me to jump up and down, and that doesn't jive with apartment living. So I don't want to be limited to only being able to do a few of them. Well, first of all, there's always modifications for jumping because I can't jump. So I found, oh my gosh, you guys, so the new thing with Beachbody is this fat or muscle burns fat, and they have these ropeless jump rope things or whatever. While I didn't buy those, I found $17 ones on Amazon. And so today I was making up my own circuit a la Lyft, but was watching a movie instead, or I was watching The Biggest Loser actually. And in between my quad sets, I did the jump rope, and I swung I can feel it. I swung the jump rope, but I was running in place instead of jumping because I can't jump. So you could always modify if you wanted to. Lisa, it all counts. Any effort counts. Yep. If we're doing anything for our health, it counts, especially now. Amen, and preach it, Mindy. What's the deal with the Peloton bike? Anyone use one? I do not. I don't think I can hold the spin bike position very well. So if I ever had access to a Peloton, I would try it. But I am so much more happy with my elliptical that's downstairs than I will ever be with a Peloton bike. But I get the idea. I understand why people like it. Hi is winning a Fitbit challenge. Good for you, Rosie. I first started body pump at the gym when an instructor convinced me to try it when I was shredding for the wedding almost 13 years ago. Amazing. That's awesome. Yeah, my friend from church, who I happened to meet at like the girls' night out the week before, is when she and I actually connected, and we both happened to walk into the Y at the same time. And I was considering maybe going to this weightlifting class just to see or whatever. And she saw me and she went, oh, hey, what are you about to go do? And she goes, and I said, I'm thinking about trying the body pump class. And she was like, that's where I'm headed. Let's go. And she dragged me in, and I haven't turned back. It was so nice. And that also bonded our friendship really, really quickly. It was really great. My body pump DVD has a program, but it's old now. Different length. It has yoga and abs. DVDs that I actually hate. Oh, that's funny. I used to be on Beachbody. That's when I bought it. Okay. We're thinking of dropping the gym and making a home gym. Thinking I would like to try Beachbody or Les Mills. Yeah, that's what we did. We canceled our subscription to the Y. If we go back to the gym, it will probably be to a local community center that is closer, where I happen to know the body pump instructor that I actually bonded with at the Y, who only taught once or twice, who goes to the church we want to go to, teaches over there. So I'm like, I could just go over here, which is a little bit closer, and get body pump there, because it doesn't matter what other equipment they have, because I can elliptical in my basement. So, but we don't anticipate going back to the gym until there's a vaccine and until this whole pandemic thing's over. Oh, body pump is so good, Lissa. It's so good. Low. I'm proud of steps, but struggling to get 10 rounds in again. Okay. Are you wanting to? Like, you're struggling, like, you want the advice on how to do that? Like, I firmly believe that you prioritize what you value. So I would recommend, if you want it, like, if you paid for 10 rounds. 10 rounds is only exclusively yours for another 3 weeks. I would take full advantage of that if I were you, Rosie. Just because for me, it would make me feel special knowing I could do it and someone else couldn't. I'm very new to working out and have some mobility issues. Can I do Beachbody? I am the queen of having mobility issues. I can't even lift my arms up over my head, Michelle. And that's because I have a nerve disease. Like, I cannot straighten my arms. This is as straight as they go. I'm trying that. Like, I don't show you guys this kind of stuff enough. Like, I do have a disability. But I also, throughout my life, have become the master of adaptation. If you can't do the jumps, don't do a jump. Half of the hit moves in Lift 4 from Beachbody, I did something different. As long as I spiked my heart rate, it didn't matter what I did. I cannot do push-ups on the floor. I do push-ups against the wall. Like, there are plenty of modifications that could be made for anything. For anything. You just have to be willing to try. My rule is, you can make it easier, but don't make it too easy. So you still have to challenge yourself, but only a little bit. Just push just past the point of, this is ridiculously easy. Make sure it's still a challenge, but do not hurt yourself when you do it, or do not try to do something that you literally cannot do. You know what I mean? Or if it causes you pain, that's not, I'm lifting weights and oh my gosh, this hurts pain, but like literal, I can't do it because I'm broken pain. Don't do that either. If you want to talk more about adaptations and whatnot, I would be happy to have a conversation with you about it. I'm finally at a point where I can kind of push myself up off the ground, but I'm not sure how my form is. Audrey's here. Hello. Just tired tonight. I get that, Julie. I get that. I have not been sleeping well. It has been terrible. I've been loving taking the lifting from lift 4. That's exactly what I did today. I was like, I'm going to do my own set of, like, my own circuit. I did my own circuit, and I had a lot of fun, and I worked really hard. The heat makes me so tired, but too hot to sleep. It's 1:20 p.m. Oh my gosh. Or it's 1:20 a.m. there. So you're up because you can't sleep because it's hot? Oh, I'm sorry, Audrey. And I did day 2 of my week 2 plank challenge today. If I completed plank every day for 2 weeks, I'll get $10 plus however much is left. Excellent. Both offer free trials. I've done Beachbody last year. I'm done Pump. I'm for sure going to try Les Mills. Anybody who tries Les Mills, freaking do body combat just so you can feel what I felt. The intensity level was unlike anything I've ever, free trials. Bree, did you start taking coaching classes yet? I seem to think you talked about it on Instagram stories, or did I dream that? So it's not a class, it is a course. But yes, I have. Can you see? Oh no, they're over there. I have a set of 3 textbooks. My nutrition course is in 3 separate parts, and it actually teaches you how to coach people. And that, like, I haven't touched nutrition yet. I'm still learning. Like, it's teaching you their specific practice for how to coach people, because their belief is it's not just about nutrition, it's about coaching the whole person and the whole health, not just the nutrition, which is something that I firmly believe in anyway. Like, I align with this specific company, which I will tell you guys which one it is once I'm certified. But yes, I have started. There's not specific classes. It's go at your own pace. My goal is to finish the first unit by the end of the month. It's 5 chapters, and I'm in the middle of chapter 3. So I'm right on track to do that. They give you tests after every chapter, and so far I have a perfect score, and the student in me really, really likes that. I was a school nerd. I hated doing homework, but I was really, really good at test taking and enjoyed school very, very much. So you did not dream that. I am, in fact, working towards becoming a coach. Oh, Audrey, you're sweet. Right now I'm doing the lifting moves from lift 4, but pairing it with Leslie Sansone workouts because I love Leslie. Julie's probably not as hot as the US, but too hot for me. Hey man, that's fair. That's really fair. I just want to say that I did it. I've never found a program that I want to get done. Also, I feel kind of fun to redo it properly. Yeah, I mean, just do it. Do it. Do whatever you want. I like to see that you're excited about it. Truly. Enjoy the walk home video. All right. So, wow, those are some great highs and lows. Sounds amazing. I wholeheartedly agree with their approach. So excited for you. Thank you, Susan. I'm very excited too. I think this is something that I feel called to do. Like, because I enjoy so much being able to help walk all of you through your problems, whether they be nutritional or whether they be mental, which is blocking the nutritional. I really enjoy genuinely being able to help you guys. Like, your successes are my successes. Truly. I'm not just saying that, but like, when Lissa has a good day, I am rejoicing because she had a good day. If she needs a little push in the right direction, I'm here to give her that push. I celebrate when Rosie wants to celebrate. Like, your wins are my wins, and it makes me so happy to see you succeed, which is what makes me think it's something I might be called to do. And it makes me kind of angry that I'm in my mid-30s, and I was like, I could have gone to school for nutrition. But don't get me wrong, I went to school for musical theater, and college was some of the best years of my life. I was doing what I truly passionately loved all day, every day. It was the best. It was absolutely the best. But like, times change. Do I still have a dream? A nice big far-fetched dream of being on Broadway? Sure, that'd be great. If someone came up to me tomorrow and said, hey, we want to cast you in this show. Great, I'm there. Let's do it. But at the same time, I am a realist. I'm an optimist, but I am a realist. And YouTube became a thing for me, and I enjoy doing it. But as I've been doing my YouTube journey and sharing my Weight Watchers journey with you, it's changed, hasn't it? Like, I have changed. My approach has changed. My everything has changed as I get more in tune with my body throughout this journey and as I get more educated about the science of nutrition, not the trends of the diet industry. And as I've been changing all that, my content's kind of been changing and my approach has been changing. And I'm like, I feel so compelled to just get you guys the facts. And I would love to be given the opportunity to work with people one-on-one or in small groups and turn it into a legitimate job. I think it would be an amazing thing for me to do something that I was so passionate about, maybe equally as passionate as the singing and the acting thing, which may or may not ever happen for me. But in the meantime, until COVID happened, there's always singing at church. One of these days I'll sing again. One of these days. I don't know. I was belting to the Mean Girls soundtrack while I was cooking yesterday, and it felt real good to pretend that Gracie thought I was a psychopath because I was like, I would stop and I would dance and I would sing and point to her, and like I was in it to win it yesterday. I was starring in Mean Girls on Broadway yesterday, but that doesn't happen much anymore, and COVID kind of took away all the singing for now, but at least my Broadway wall is cute. Do you guys see that? In my, was it Instagram I shared my Broadway wall? But yeah, so I'm excited about the coaching. I think it'll be good. I think it'll be really good. And I'm hoping I can change some lives in the process. I was an awesome test taker. I was the kind of kid who could miss an entire unit because I was sick and still take the test and get a better score than most of the class. Me too. I did not have to study for a darn thing in music theory until my junior year of college. Music major. Did not have to study music theory until my junior year as when I started learning something new. And it wasn't until outside of math, even in math, AP statistics as a senior in high school is the first time I really had to sit down and learn how to do math. Because it came naturally to me, which music and math are usually very, very closely knit. If you're good at music and you're trained in music, usually math comes easily to you. And I was textbook for that. I've never finished a program before. Up in the night because you can't sleep. Man, it sounds like everybody's having sleeping problems lately. Goodness. A little push. Yeah, I know. I was trying to be subtle, Lissa. Trying to be subtle. You can still do it lots of time. Oh, you guys are the best. Our weekly weigh-in resumed this week, and I was so nervous as I loved the virtual class, but I was very well set up with social distancing, and I'm really happy with the new leader as I know her. That's great, Audrey. So you guys are back in meetings and doing normal-ish things. That's awesome. Lori's here. Hello. This is so great. You'll be a great coach. Thank you, Amberly. Even in the past couple of years since I first subscribed to you, and in the past year or so when I really joined your community, you've changed so much, and I love it. I'm so glad. Like, I feel like I'm a different person. Like, you know what happened? I stopped giving two poops what Weight Watchers and the Weight Watchers community thought of me. That's really what happened. When I decided to let go of the dream of being a Weight Watchers ambassador and actually do what I needed to do for me, that's when the change started happening. When I just let it go. And then I went back to my Points Plus, and then I found my home on iTrack Bites, and iTrack Bites let me do whatever the heck I want. I could do Points Plus, I could do a Weight Watchers plan, or I could count calories. And it just, I don't know, it feels good. It feels good. Guys, I have been eating, I'm a little bit energized right now. And like in real time, I was like, oh, this is interesting. I've been eating Fab 4 for the last 2 days. Like Fab 4, like Kelly LeVeque, the book Body Love, all that. It's downstairs because I'm rereading it and getting real psyched up about it because I'm like, I really want to do this. Like, I want to buckle down and Fab 4 the crap out of my life because when I actually do it, my body responds really well to it. I'm just really bad about being mostly consistent about it. And the last 2 days, I have had Fab 4 smoothies for breakfast, and they have kept me full from 9:30 until about 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Not even exaggerating. And like, we're talking not even hungry, not even remotely hungry until 2 p.m. 9:30 breakfast. Outstanding. And so I've been feeling really good. And then I've been conscious about what I've been eating, my other meals. And today I even made a recipe that is probably keto. It's probably a keto fat bomb, but I almost called her Rachel Hollis. That's not a thing. That's not what she does. It is a Kelly LeVeque recipe called freezer fudge. Why was that so hard? Oof. Apparently, I'm a little taxed, but I'm still energized, just not focused. Freezer fudge, and I filmed that. I have no idea if it's going to be interesting, but I filmed it anyway because this is something I've never made before. And I thought I would share it with you guys because it was in real time. So like coconut oil based. If you want a sweet treat but still want to be Fab4 compliant, here is chocolate flavored coconut oil is basically what it is. I have no idea if they're any good. I haven't tried them yet, but I made them. So I'm feeling real pumped about this Fab4 life right now. But that just goes to show you, like, Fab4 is high fat, high protein, moderate carbohydrates as long as there's fiber, like things like that. And the me from a year or two ago, especially on Smart Points, not knocking the people that are here that are on Smart Points. I know some very successful people who are hanging out and chat with me that are on Smart Points and killing it because they're doing it right. Refer to my Instagram story or from earlier today. People were asking me all the juicy questions on the Q&A today on Instagram. Woof. It was like they were just looking for the drama. But shoot, I lost my train of thought. Oh, but in Smart Points, like the fat, like, oh my gosh, I can't even imagine how many points in Smart Points one piece of these little freezer fudges are. They're like 130 something calories, which is not a lot. Not a lot for as many as I made, but it's all fat. It is straight fat, 13 grams of fat or something like that. Most of which is probably saturated fat. So it's a completely different way of thinking about your food. And bonus, ladies and gentlemen, my calorie goal is roughly 1,700 calories. I'm currently sitting pretty at just under 1,400 calories. I don't know if I'll eat the rest of them today because I'm so satisfied with what I've consumed today. And I was like, oh, right, the Fab4 is it actually works. It actually works. They gave you a comeback journal. That's really cool. And that's why I suck at math and music. That's why I'm so excited for you. It's your calling. You are so young. I changed careers at 38 and I bloomed. Never too late, girl. Go for your dreams. Susan, you are just a ray of sunshine on my chat. You really are. You make me very, very happy. Just thought you should know that. I'm bad at math. Maybe that's why I never got onto music like my grandfather wanted. I don't know that it's... I don't know if it's interchangeable or not, but I do know that there are studies that prove that if you excel in music and like the not just like you can sing, but like the study of music, you know how to read music, keep rhythm, all that stuff, and math comes together and is the same relationship. You did exactly what was right for you at the time. Without that experience, you might not have been the right sort of person to do what you want to do now. You're absolutely right, honey. That's a good point. We now have a book a place, as only 30 people can attend each session. Okay. Having a Fab4 smoothie on work days for a couple of months before I lost my job was a lifesaver. I'm telling you. And I'm just like, maybe the last time I did it, because I wasn't feeling it. The last 2 days, I'm like, I don't want a smoothie, but I drank it anyway, and I'm so glad I did. I'm just so glad I did. And now I am inspired to use up all of the protein powder in the house, which is literally going to take me 4 months. But I'm going to do it. Like, because I'm just like, this really, truly has set me up for success the entire day. Truly. Oh, it's so good. I know it. Whenever I get on a Fab4 kick, I go with it, but it's because it's so good. Video idea. Pick a workout and explain the thought process behind the modifications and show us. Interesting. Very interesting, Rosie. I could do that. The thought process behind the motivation. Let me think on that. Because a lot of times it's just use lighter weights. But that's very interesting. I'm behind on Instagram. I was trying to catch up, but hard to listen to 2 Bries at once. Sometimes it's hard to listen to 1 Brie at once, guys. And actually get the gist of either of them. A lot of tea spilled on Instagram today. Handle it like a pro. Thank you. Even my little rant about people needing to get a life, because I got real sassy. I got real sassy. And I'm still, like, even going into this, I'm like, I'm still feeling sassy. If people want to come at me, because I just don't give two poops anymore. Quite frankly, like, I'm not trying to impress anybody. I'm just going to tell it like it is. I'm just going to tell it like it is, which is what I've always done. But, like, everything that's come at me, I'm still going to just tell it like it is. The random commenter that I was talking about, that comment's still up because I'm secretly hoping I'm assuming it's a he. I don't know. It might not be a he, but I think it's a he. I'm still waiting for him to come back. He hasn't. He retorted the other day when he commented on something and I shot back, and then he decided to shoot back again and then said, "This is the last time you will be hearing from me." I'm like, well, aren't you just all high and mighty? Because I wanted to come back again. Instead, I deleted the comment because the conversation was ridiculous. But I'm still waiting for this guy to come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. I'm ready for you. Because this person, the thing that got to me was we were talking. He was telling me why I'm always going to fail at what I'm trying to do. Because I eat too many carbohydrates. You have to eat under 50 carbohydrates, just so you all know. This is not fact. I'm quoting this psychopath. You have to eat under 50 carbohydrates in order to lose any weight. Not true, but this is what this person believes, right? And so I came back at this person with like, well, I'm glad that you have found something that works well for you. However, I will do what I know works for me. Thanks for your opinion. You know, like, you do you, boo. I'll do me. No problem. And this guy comes back with a novel about how I'm still wrong. And he started with, do you and I not have the same sort of bones and muscles in our body? And I was like, oh, you picked the wrong YouTuber to come at about having the same muscles in their body. My friend. Literally, I read it and I was like, and this person instantly lost all credibility because I'm like, obviously you don't follow me. You're here to troll because you have nothing better to do. And I was like, know your audience, people. Know your audience. If you're going to troll, do it in an educated manner. Know who you're talking to. And, you know, that's my opinion. That also is how I feel about the random dudes that try to talk to you on Instagram, because they'll ask me my name. They'll be like, I'm so-and-so. What's your name? I'm sorry, is my name not in my profile that you should have looked at before you followed me? Just throwing that out there. Like, one of my pet peeves in this world is not intelligent people. And I don't mean like, you don't have to be straight A student smart, but you have to have common sense. And it's the people that lack the common sense of how to conduct themselves in a given setting that drive me up a wall, which is what sent me on my rant earlier today. Like, know your audience, people. If you're going to come at me, research me first, please. Otherwise, you lose all credibility. Am I crazy? Am I crazy for thinking that? Truly. Oh man. I thought of an actual low. I tried making Fab 4 smoothie with water based instead of almond milk. Oh yeah, no. No. I went to Target to get more almond milk today. My husband went to Target over the weekend, so I wouldn't have to go this week. And I was like, I'm out of almond milk. I'm going to Target to get a few things. And he's like, well, I have regular milk. Why don't you use I'm like, the unsweetened almond milk literally has half of the calories than your 2% milk that you purchased for yourself. He's like, well, why don't you just mix it with water? I'm like, I'm sorry. Are you kidding me right now? No. And I've also learned, I've accepted that, like, when I was low calorie queen, you know, eat as few calories as humanly possible on your points plan, I would make protein powder with water. Unsweetened almond milk, at the very least, unsweetened almond milk. Tornado in Chicago. Really? Wow. I feel like that was yesterday too. Oh my goodness. Actually, my grandfather was all about instrumental music. My talent was singing, not the violin or the clarinet. I enjoy a little bit of Sassy Brianna. Oh, y'all. If you don't enjoy Sassy Brianna, you probably don't belong here. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just... And, like, Sassy's not bad, but, like, don't at me. Don't tell me that my muscles are the same as yours. For real. My new leader at my weight loss group is a friend from my musical society days, so I'm delighted. That's awesome. That's awesome, Audrey. I'm so excited for you. Oh, no, he didn't. He picked the wrong woman, right? Right? Like, do we not have the same muscles? And I wanted him to come back at me because I was going to be like, actually, no, we don't have the same muscles, punk. Trolls are idiots with nothing better to do. It's true. It's absolutely true. People ask me what my name is on Instagram. See, I obviously know who I'm talking to because I'm caught onto the same muscle thing instantly. Yeah. Almost another slap in the face is that they didn't take time to learn how to properly troll me. The things people say from behind anonymity on the keyboard, I just roll my eyes. Don't I know it, Mindy? Don't I know it? And like I said, I got into it with a random troll person on Instagram last night. Got into it. The conversation lasted 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. Anybody? Come on. But like, I kind of wanted to keep going, but this troll on the completely fake account showed up, came at me. I made a comment back, came at me again, and then before I could respond, they blocked me. I was in bed cackling with laughter last night because it happened while I was already in bed. Oh my gosh, they're not good. They're not good at it. It's so funny. I really wanted a smoothie. It wasn't a calorie thing. I just didn't have anything else. Yesterday, I got stuck in the tornado. It came out of nowhere. Okay, yesterday. Yeah, I heard there's a lot of crazy going on in Chicago, guys. Come to Minnesota. It's safer here, apparently. I usually do protein, fruit, spinach, water, sometimes chia. Doesn't bother me with almond milk. Is definitely more tasty. Okay. I kind of miss being an internet troll. You definitely have some New York in you, girl. You got to be sassy. You know what it is? It's the theater. It's the theater that's got that gives me the New York sassy. I'm a Broadway baby, man. I'm a Broadway baby, even though I've only been to Broadway once in my life. Once. In 2004. Lissa. Lissa knows me very, very well. For never having met me, she has me pretty figured out. Because you get the real me. You guys get the real me every single time you see me. There ain't nothing fake here. Anyone drinking their water while I'm drinking? My parents lost power yesterday and aren't supposed to get it back till Saturday. Why? What happened? Hubby just walked in the door. Have a great night, Mindy. Thanks for stopping in for a while. I appreciate it. I've seen a couple of Instagram stories of people without power too. One of my friends in Chicago didn't have power, but I can't remember when that was. It might have been yesterday. I'm drinking a coconut water lemon adult beverage. Excellent. Well, then maybe you don't drink every time I drink, Sarah. I almost grabbed a sparkling seltzer for the live tonight to celebrate the birthday of the live streams. But then I decided that I didn't necessarily want to mess up the Fab Four thing I had going on by putting alcohol in my system. So I went with water. We're going to have to change that never met thing at some point. They live in a suburb of Chicago. I believe they had a tornado sighted. Oh no. Which like northwest suburbs, south suburbs? I have to stop drinking my water by 5 or I'll be peeing all night. Don't I know it? Like I didn't bring it upstairs. I got the popular gallon water bottle from Amazon that I'm loving, and I fill it up every single morning. Get up in the morning, do my stuff, get out to the kitchen, and before I make my coffee, I fill up my water bottle. And I was a little bit behind today, and I was like, oh shoot, and I started to chug it because I'm like, I don't want to be chugging this at like, oh, that's where my family is. They haven't said anything to me about, oh, I'm not going to mess with that. They haven't said anything to me about a tornado, so I'm hoping that there's, oh man. Hopefully everything's okay over there. Yikes. I remember vividly once as a child, there was a tornado in the suburb that I'm from. And I remember the green sky, looking out the back window, the green sky, being sent out to the basement. And then my father, like every other man in this world, sent the kids downstairs and then went outside to go watch because that's what men do, apparently. I vividly remember that. And only one instance in my life. I know there were more, but I remember that one instance of a tornado in my city as a kid. My point was, when I realize I'm behind, I start guzzling early because I'm like, it can't be 8 p.m. and have me finishing half a gallon of water, because then I would be up peeing all night too. I ordered a gallon water bottle yesterday. Should be here tomorrow. It's interesting because even though I tended to drink a gallon every day, like the markers on it that tell you what time you should be at what point in the bottle, tremendously helpful. Tremendously helpful, because it's like, oh, stop, drop, and chug. You're 2 hours behind, punk. Very helpful. You will be peeing a lot. A lot. Like, that just is what it is. I already peed a lot, but there are some days, like, I don't know how my body works, but there are some days where, like, I can handle water like a camel, and there are some days I literally have to pee every 15 minutes. I don't understand it, but you know what? It's fine. That's why women live longer than men. Don't I know it? Don't I know it? The great Patti LuPone once wrote on a backstage door, "There's only room for one diva here," when she was starring in Evita. Diva to the nth degree. What a talent, but wow, what a diva. Yeah, my name is Diva because of the music theater background. I'm not that kind of diva. I am a firm believer that the ensemble makes the show. Like, no. I got the little bit of diva that was in me slapped out of me by the last worship team I was on. It was a pain in the neck to learn and to accept, and it took me a long time to learn the humility lesson that God was clearly trying to teach me. Best lesson I've ever learned in my life. Like, I knew it was a God-ordained lesson in humility, and I grew so much. So much. So when this channel started, there was actually probably some of that diva in me. There ain't that diva in me anymore, which is how it should be. Patti LuPone. Oh, man. Do you feel like you're not so hungry because you're full of water? Some days. It really depends. I also took, was it Amberly who was talking about the whole stomach stretching and not drinking water and eating at the same time? I've started doing that a little bit too. Just like consciously, I'll be like, oh, if my water bottle's over on the counter and I sit down at the table to eat, I'll leave the water bottle on the counter, then eat my food, and then maybe grab a drink of water in a little bit. I mean, I don't know. For me, it varies so much day to day. And I really think it's based on what I'm eating. So mostly. Water helps. Water definitely helps. So if you're having oh my gosh, I'm always feeling hungry even though you ate dinner or you ate whatever meal an hour ago, stop what you're doing, grab your gallon jug and chug a lug, and then give it 20 minutes, and then you'll probably feel better. But the biggest, oh, there's an appearance from a strange man.
Are you in the middle of something important? I don't have to interrupt.
No. Are you going, what are you? It was you, Amberly. Okay.
Hi, guys.
Gotta look there.
Where? Oh.
There you go.
That's if my face is in the camera.
Yeah. Oh, they're gonna be so happy to see. Susan's here. Susan! We got it!
So, I'm a big hockey fan. And so, because hockey is, they're being played in a bubble, right? They're all the teams are sharing the same sheet of ice. So there's a couple games scheduled in a day. One has to play. They have to clean everything up, and then the other team has to come in and play. So this first game was at 2:30 Eastern, I think.
Okay.
So I set it to record, and I just finished watching the recording, and it gets to the end of the recording, and they went to overtime, and I'm like, darn!
No!
My DVR didn't know to record overtime. I could have probably set it, but I didn't.
Can we
So then I go to crap. Well, I'll go to the game that's starting at 7 and look up the score.
7:40.
Yep, it's 7:40. So I was like, okay, I'll go and I'll try to jump to that. The game is still going.
The overtime game from 2:30?
Yep. They just finished their fourth overtime.
Oh my gosh.
By fourth overtime, they played 3 20-minute periods. They have now completed, and that's an hour of hockey. They have now completed an additional 80 minutes of hockey. It is now the 5th longest game in NHL history. And so in about 15 minutes from now, they'll be starting their 5th overtime. So once you're done with this amazing live stream, if you care at all about sports and want to see NHL history, there you go. How bored is everybody right now? Like, you did not tune in for this.
I know you're not that kind of diva. Oh, she's still talking about the diva.
Oh, sorry. I think it's pretty cool. So
you came in to tell everybody about hockey history?
yeah.
Okay.
I know, like, you're gonna be able to look at the, like, YouTube comments, people who come and watch this, and, like, the thumbs down are all gonna occur right at this mark, whatever this timestamp is, of, like, everyone's gonna turn off the video.
You're
They're
like,
talking
"No,
about hockey? What is this crap?"
Every once in a while, we got hockey hands. New Jersey Devils, blue line seats. What's hockey? LOL. NFL fans in my house. Okay. Hockey is the only sport we do. Which hockey teams?
Columbus Blue Jackets and Tampa Bay Lightning.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Better late than never. Hey, it's Mr. Diva. Hi, Lou. I didn't see you come in.
I don't know that I like that name.
You named me.
No, but Mr. Diva, like, I don't.
Well, I'm Diva, so
yeah.
you're clearly Mr. Diva.
Or
We're
am I
not going to
am
call
I
you
Mr. Divine.
We're not calling you
Yeah,
Mr.
no, I think
Divine.
Mr. Divine feels a little bit better.
Mr. Divine.
What do you guys think? Devo.
That
I
makes-
see Devo.
That makes me so. I feel like if you're going to be Mr. Divine, you need a like purple sequin jacket or something.
Yeah, sitting on a throne.
Yeah.
Or I can go the Flava Flav route with that too.
And get a big clock.
Well, I don't know that I'd go with the clock, but
That's from what? Flavor of Love, right?
yeah.
I shouldn't know that.
See, I gotta vote for Mr. Divine.
I like Mr. Divine. I wouldn't have a problem with Mr. Divine, except that the divine part is supposed to be an indicator of God.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, I'm not going to put you up there with God. Sorry, honey.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
No, he's got a little bit more.
I knew they were in double... Lori is the hockey fan. I knew they were in double overtime around 7.
Yeah, so nearly 9 o'clock. So this game started at
Bruins.
2:30. You know what? You know what's supposed to be happening right now? The Bruins are supposed to be playing.
Which is
the
why she knows
Hurricanes.
about that.
Yeah.
Which is why she knows about it.
We will see if they play that game tonight or if that gets rescheduled.
Can they do... Like, would they do that?
Well, I mean, at what point are they gonna just say, like, because these guys?
At what point are the hockey players going to fall over?
I saw somebody who specializes in sports nutrition asking about IV drips, which, by the way, guys,
What?
is not a solution for anything that you guys should be doing right now. If you're working out so hard, you need an IV drip in between sets. Cool it.
Well, that's a thing. Like, can't you go to, like, fancy places in California and whatever and get, like, a vitamin B IV? Like, you can go to IV spas or something? That's a thing.
I'll tell you, you get enough off of Lift 4. You don't need to do anything with IV spas. I am
Tell
putting
you what.
a plug in for Lift 4 though.
Lift 4. He loves Lift 4 too. We already went to a whole Les Mills and Beachbody conversation. I learned
teeth.
hockey players have no teeth. My boss is a New Jersey Devils fan. They brought the Stanley Cup to our office many years ago.
That's
How
cool.
cool. My husband has about 100 Bruins shirts, Mr. Diva. His name is Eric, by the way, in case you guys don't actually know his name. I thought they were bow-legged too. The only time I ever cared about sports was for about 2 seconds when I learned that people make knit blankets based on game scores. I did not know that. Diana, hello. You can get vitamin drips or immune boost drips at health spas all over. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I have a hard, like, I'm not letting anybody that's not a professional try and find a vein in this arm.
I think you're already crazy with the aminos and whatever else. So
Don't hate.
I just...
When you complain that you're sore, you should drink the aminos and then you'd feel better, and then I can say I told you so yet again. Yet again. Although my favorite I told you so is always going to be how baffled you were when Lift 4 was more effective than all those hours you put in at the gym. Stop licking me.
But it was also more effective than a time under tension at lower weight, like body pump.
Body pump. Yeah, so people are very interested to see how I do body pump this week now that I've been lifting and gaining and doing all that. Like, how's body pump going to translate? because Body Pump was lower weights, longer sets. Like entire 5 and 6 minute songs focused on one muscle group.
And that's very, I mean, like, you know, I'm sure you guys have talked about this ad nauseum, but like those builds two different muscles, you know, swimmers versus lifters, right?
Yeah.
Long and lean muscle versus bulky muscle. I don't know how much the strength actually differs versus the physical. Someone out there who knows actual muscular anatomy and you know, all that type of stuff might have a better idea than I do.
Yeah.
And I'm sure no one could understand what I just mumbled, but it wasn't anything important.
No. What's everyone saying? Hubby is snoozing in the chair, waiting for his game to start. That's hilarious. I love vitamin drips. I do it when I travel. Interesting. So what do you do? Like go to the health spa before, like the day before, or like is there one just at the airport and you just got to know where to look for it?
Yeah. Do you do it for the in advance of the portion of travel as a way to stay healthier during travel, or do you do it as a destination?
That's really interesting. So one color for wins, one color for losses, another color for wins, losses that are overtime or for major games. That seems real complicated.
That'd actually be really cool though, because if you have a blanket,
And now he wants one.
I mean, if you have a blanket or whatever and you knit it slowly in a pattern, you're basically like recording the record of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Now you want one.
Well.
Pick a pretty color for losses, dear.
I mean, red. Red is well, but then anyway.
I'm sitting here thinking of the Panthers. It was fun to watch them play for 3 days.
4.
You poor thing. You poor thing. I have to get vitamin B12 shots from my doctor every once in a while. They hurt. Oh, do they really? But do you feel like Wonder Woman afterwards?
Need to learn to knit. That's, I gotta admit, that's low on the priority list.
I mean, it would give you something to do with your fingers that wasn't holding the phone.
Yeah.
I should learn how to, I don't know if I can knit. I don't
should
know if I have
probably
to
take
find...
time not doing anything with my fingers. That'd probably be healthier.
Oh, yeah, joint
I
problems.
I
I'm
work-
like,
I
wait,
work-
what?
I work
What
with
do
my
you
fingers
mean?
all day.
Yeah, I get you can't sit there and do nothing, though. You can take your toes and learn how to knit with your crazy freaking strong toes. That's what you can do. Should probably be able to handle loom knitting. Yeah, I probably could do that. So I did the equation for calorie count and I'm overwhelmed by the 190 grams of protein. Don't start with 190 grams of protein. What are the total calories that you've gotten? Do something reasonable. 190 is a lot. I love my protein and I don't even get 190. I think I max out at about 140. Like 190 is a lot. Now, if you're only getting 50 or 60, try to double it. Like up that protein intake. 190 is an overwhelming amount though. Overwhelming amount. So maybe don't start there. Gradually work your way up to it. Diana, trying to keep the conversation relevant.
Yeah, I was gonna say, since you guys are back to like interesting and value-adding conversations, it's clearly time for me to leave.
Day before, and sometimes when I get back, if it's a rough trip, it's about $100, and I can get 5 different things in it. That is
I've heard about
fascinating.
people doing it for travel, and I don't know. Like, I guess if you're doing like long flights too, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna go get ready to see how many more records get shattered tonight.
I say it was intermission. That's why you came in here.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
Grab the dog, will you?
Gracie, come on.
She's like, oh, well, get the toy too. Well, now her pink elephant is stuck in here. Ladies and gentlemen, hockey got him to come back. What do you know? What do you know? Eric, which hockey team throw octopus on the ice during intermission? Eric, which hockey teams throw octopuses on the ice? Octopi on the ice during intermission. Oh, he must have run away. I'll call him back in a couple minutes. I think it was in the Midwest somewhere, and I was at the hockey playoffs with my boss when it happened. Oh my gosh. I've heard of that, but I can't remember. We'll see if he comes back. You can do an immune boost drip before traveling so you don't feel sluggish or catch any gross germs on the airplane. I think calories was somewhere between 1,900 and 2,280. Yeah, that's a lot of protein, which I'm like I said, I'm here for it. But at the same time, gradually work up. Like, do you know what your average protein intake is currently? Like, before changing things up a little bit? Because I think what is more important than hitting an extreme protein goal like that is getting reasonably balanced macronutrients. And I'm not into like counting all of the macros and whatever. I like to keep track of them, but protein's the one that I count. Protein's the one that I make sure I hit at least 100, usually 120. Yesterday I did 140 and I was very proud of myself. But then I try to make sure that the distribution of the rest of the macros is even. So I don't want to be, don't get to 100 grams of protein and then take all of that and throw it into sugar and processed carbohydrates. Don't do that. I would rather you get some protein and then focus a little bit more on like a protein and a fat, like some cheese. Oh, bring full fat cheese back into your life, ladies and gentlemen. Because that is an ounce or two of that. An ounce of full fat cheese is only 110 calories, and it is fat, and it is protein, and it is little to no carb. So that is something that'll help you balance out those macros a little bit and still give your protein a kick. Things like that. So you can get it's really interesting also how protein can add up really fast even when you're not trying. Like for example, I put a scoop of 20 grams of protein in my protein shake, right? I also put a serving of almond butter in my shake, which is supposed to be the fat, but that also adds 7 more grams of protein to it. So all of a sudden I'm at 27 grams of protein. Then I throw in some Vital Proteins, which is, flavorless and can blend into pretty much anything, for another 9 grams. And now I'm magically at 36, 46, 36, something like that. 36. So it adds up pretty fast if you really start tracking it. Broccoli, I don't remember how much, but broccoli has a little bit of protein in it. Things like that. I usually do like vitamin B's, immunity boost, energy boost, and metabolism boost. It's 100% bioavailable vitamins. It's awesome. Interesting. Octopus is the Detroit Red Wings. Thank you, Marie. Will you do a video of lunch ideas? I love the ones for breakfast ideas. If you guys really liked that, then I can try. My lunch is genuinely me just sometimes making it up. And sometimes I have a sandwich. And sometimes I have like a 400 calorie sandwich because I bought real bread the other day, like brown berry oat nut bread the other day. That stuff is so good. It is just so good. So I realized that like sandwiches can add up pretty fast. So you have to plan for them. But man, there's nothing like a sandwich and some chips for lunch sometimes, My Cheetos now. I don't do regular potato chips much anymore unless they're ketchup flavored. But yeah, if that's something you guys would be interested in, I'd be happy to come up with something. I have to get vitamin B12 shots in my arm, not the drip, because I'm so vitamin B12 deficient. Yes, I feel more energy. Interesting. Fun fact, I can have vitamin B12, but supposedly I cannot have overdoses of vitamin B6 because it is a neurotoxin or something that can harm me because of my disease specifically. Interesting fact about me. I've been on a BLT kick with fresh garden grown tomatoes. Oh my gosh, that sounds so good. So a way to improve the protein count on that though is, and granted, it takes away the BLT, but slap some turkey on that BLT. Now I want one. Bacon on the sandwich is so good. That sounds really good. I do not have bacon, lettuce, or tomatoes right now. Or if you want to low carb that bad boy, then it turns into a club. Exactly. But you get a lot more protein in there if you slap some turkey on that. And other than that, it doesn't really change. Or if you wanted to low carb it, you can remove the bread and you can do BLT in the L. Like use the lettuce as the thing and put the tomato and the bacon and a little bit of mayo up in there and eat that. Ooh, I really need to go get some bacon. That sounds so good right now. What are you doing to me, guys? What are you doing? I'm a huge fan of Dave's stuff. Reintroduced to Dave's Killer Bread into my life, and I never want to go back to anything else. Interesting. I've never tried Dave's Killer Bread. The closest thing to it, I don't know if it's anything like it. I think I've tried Ezekiel once, and it was before the sprouted sourdough at Trader Joe's came into my life. And ever since it has, like, that's been my go-to because it's got that bread. If you want protein in your life, that bread from Trader Joe's, the sprouted sourdough, has 7 grams of protein in one slice. So if I make a sandwich out of that, I usually make avocado toast out of it, but I've made a sandwich once or twice. 14 grams of protein in the bread alone. Madness. Madness. I have to go to Trader Joe's. BLAT, bacon, lettuce, avocado, turkey, tomato. Stop it. Eva, you win the day. That sounds so... Y'all, sandwich conversation. We, without fail, start talking about a specific food every single one of these live streams. Today, it's sandwiches. I approve. I like sandwiches. I'm a huge fan of the Dave stuff. You know you love protein bars. Have you ever tried the Power Crunch? Pretty low in carb but high in protein, so delicious. I have tried Power Crunch, and they're solid. They're solid. I can't remember what the ingredients are in them and why I don't buy them more frequently. They're like 15 grams of protein, right? Now I don't remember why I don't buy them, but they're very good. They're like wafer cookie-esque, so I don't buy them as like a meal replacement. They're like a snack or a dessert when I do buy them, but they're good. I do like the Power Crunch bars very much. Bacon on anything is so good. And I'm so jealous you can get my favorite bacon at Target. That's it. Detroit. Fans brought octopus in coolers and threw them on the ice. I about died. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Again with the food, Lindsay called it. Yep, I was wondering when we were going to get on a random food tangent. I can't give up bread, and cauliflower is terrible. Keto killed it for me. I miss Trader Joe's. We don't have them here in Arkansas. Oh, interesting. Yeah, don't give up bread. Don't give up bread. I firmly believe that we can accomplish this thing called a healthy lifestyle without giving up the things we love. And believe it or not, even though I'm a huge fan of the diet foods, not meaning like the low fat, fat free, but like with all the Built Bar nonsense that's happening. Like, you don't need Built Bars to succeed, ladies and gentlemen. You don't need Quest bars. I don't need the Eat Me Guilt-Free brownies. You know, you might need the healthy eating all the time and go bars. Those are pretty solid. But they're also real food. Like, you get what I'm saying? You can have anything you want, just in moderation, and you don't need to eat the special crazy food in order to find success. Fun fact. The heat bars are a need. The heat bars are a need. Yeah. Every other bar is not a need. The brownies might be a need for me, as evidenced by the rather large order I placed the other day, because I'm almost out. Oh my goodness. But if I had to give them up, I could give them up. Built bars I will be giving up. You don't need them. You don't need them, my friends. Eat real food. Eat real food. Why Detroit's mascot is an octopus is beyond me. No idea. This is a lot softer than the Ezekiel. Oh, interesting. That's good to know, because I remember thinking, like, the sourdough I like is also really hard, but when I had Ezekiel, I was like, I don't understand why this is a thing. That in and of itself might make me interested in trying it. Ezekiel bread is awesome for avocado toast. I could see that. And back when I tried Ezekiel bread, I was not into avocado toast. So all these things are things that I'm going to have to try in the not too distant future. One exciting thing at a time. This week I made freezer fudge, and my parents are coming to visit this weekend, so I don't need to get any. We made one giant freaking meatloaf, and this meatloaf from the Skinniest Dish is so good. And when you only have 2 people in the house, this meatloaf feeds us for days. So I cooked yesterday, and my parents get here Thursday, so I don't have to cook anymore this week, which is amazing. But in the future, I just need to start making a list of like things that I need to try, and like try one every grocery run or something. Anybody try the jicama wraps? I have not. I tried the cauliflower thins, but not the jicama wraps. My philosophy is I have to choose a carb. If I have to choose a carb when I'm craving it, I would rather have a potato. It's not processed, grown by me, and just as filling. That is an excellent philosophy. And like I said, just because you're saying you can't give up bread, that's fine. You shouldn't give up bread. You don't have to have bread every day. You don't have to have bread every meal. Like, switch it up, but it's okay. Don't tell yourself you can't have it, because you can. You absolutely can. I feel the same. I nearly went to Vitamin Shop today to try to find the pumpkin spice. Yes, I have a box of pumpkin spice coming and I'm so excited. I've never tried them. I've never tried the pumpkin spice ones. I hope they're good. It's going to be the first pumpkin spice thing to grace these taste buds, even though it's August. It's 2020, so what does the timing matter anymore in this year? It doesn't. Like, we might as well just put up our Christmas decorations and really celebrate the holiday season, don't you think? Like, what? Does it even matter anymore? No, I don't think it does. Anyway, I wonder if that game is over. I haven't heard him exclaim anything yet. I think it's hysterical that he came in here to tell you guys about the hockey history. That is, the man loves his hockey. I survived his week off. We got a lot of projects done, actually. He cleaned and stained the deck. What else did he do? He hung all the pictures on my Broadway wall. He washed the cars. Like, he did some home projects, so I can't even be mad that he took the week off to watch hockey. Because he got a lot done. I wanted the Wonder Woman one, but didn't want to sign up for a subscription. I tried one of those today. It tastes just like their Blondie. So the only difference is that there's sprinkles on top. So it's not my favorite, but it's one of their lower calorie ones. It's 180. They usually range between 180 and 210 or 220 calories, depending. This one's 180. So I would assume if it was on Points Plus, it would be 4 points instead of 5. It's nothing to write home about, but if you need a little something, something, it's still good. But don't be bummed that you missed this one, Marie. Be more excited about some Galaxy or something like that. I made pumpkin pecan bread and apple spice bread hoping it would call fall in early. Don't get me wrong, I don't want the weather to, well, I actually wouldn't care too much. If the weather wanted to stay between like 65 and 75, I'd be okay with that. But I'm not ready to let go of summer yet, because letting go of summer means winter's coming. My heart, like, dear 2020, can we just skip Minnesota winter this year? Do one nice thing and just not freeze the crap out of us this year. That'd be really great, thank you. Because I'm just not ready. I'm just not ready. But I'd be here for the fall stuff, though. In small doses. I was cleaning the linen closet yesterday, and I was reorganizing my candles. I have I have a handful of them. I mean, it's 6 or 7 candles backlogged. It's a lot. But I have holiday candles that I never burned because we were traveling for the holidays last year. So I still have like my world runs on Bath and Body Works seasonal candles. That's how my world works, especially in the fall or winter. I have a Bath and Body Works order coming this week because I needed new wallflowers and stuff. And there are 2 leaves candles in there because fall. And like that's my jam. And yesterday, just to see, because you know how scent is such a powerful thing, I grabbed the fresh balsam candle that was half burned, and I just opened it and took a smell of the fresh balsam, and the joy that it brought me, because that is one of the smells of Christmas. And it's just, oh, it was glorious. It was glorious. I don't remember why I started that story, but I smelled a Christmas tree candle yesterday and it brought me so much joy. So bring on the seasonal goodness. Bring it on. All for fall weather. Down to my last one to 2 Galaxy brownies. I'll stick with Galaxy brownies because sprinkles. The Galaxy ones are good. When it's 98 degrees, what did I order? I ordered a box of pistachio, red velvet, and Galaxy. Those are my 3 go-tos. Pistachio, red velvet, and Galaxy. And then the deal they had going was if you spend $100, which 3 boxes will do, you get a box of pumpkin spice for free. So I got pumpkin spice coming my way too, and then my regular monthly subscription of the flavor of the month happened to show up too. Might be obsessed. Might be. A little bit. When it's 98 degrees and the humidity index is 90 in the south, girl, I need some fall. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I'm so jealous of your summer weather. My car has read 105 and my poor husband has to work outdoors in it. Oh man. Yeah, no, our summers are pretty great. Like, it gets hot, but like, it doesn't get hot until later in the day. Minnesota makes up for the terrible winter in summer. It really does. I live in MN too. Please don't wish winter any sooner than it already comes. I don't want winter to ever come. I perpetual fall from now until spring. I'm fine with that. So true. You know, I'm a lifetime WW. I always ate and still do eat real clean ingredient food. No sugar free, fat free, low fat, none of it. What you said on Insta today was spot on. I'm so glad that people are agreeing with everything that I said on Instagram today, because I thought that there were going to be some, I'm sure there are people that want to come at me or have unfollowed me for either the Built Bar stuff or for the WW, I track bites stuff, whatever. I don't care. I'm telling it like it is. And the way it is if you do the plan the way it's intended to be done, which is whole foods and not a whole lot of processed junk and sugar-free junk, then you're doing it right. I'm out of water. I was watching someone's YouTube vlog yesterday and they were at Michael's and they had Christmas ribbon out already. Yeah, I was at Michael's getting my Broadway posters framed and I strolled through the fall aisle. I couldn't help myself. I almost bought a couple of pumpkin spice related things. I resisted the urge. I might have minor regrets because I think a little pumpkin spice sign right over here or on the other side for the fall shelf would look really cute, and I just didn't buy it. I have regrets, but they've got some cute stuff already. I've only tried the original peanut butter Galaxy and the birthday cake. I love Galaxy, and I liked birthday cake. The others, not so much. Peanut butter wasn't great. I wasn't a huge fan of birthday cake either, to be honest. I'm not a huge fan of the blondie-based ones. I like the chocolate-based ones. The one exception is pistachio, but I don't know if that's blondie-based or a completely different beast altogether, but it's very good. And the cotton candy one that they had out, which I was not a subscriber at the time, but my sister was, so she gave me a couple to try. The cotton candy one they came out with was blondie-based, but because they put cotton candy flavor in it, it didn't taste anything like cotton candy, but it was sweet, and it was delicious and moist, and it was the best blondie of theirs that I had had. It's been a goal for a long time not to eat as much processed or packaged foods. I've never had any type of diet bars. Good for you. Good for you. Because even I have Quest bars. And I've rediscovered my love for the oatmeal Quest bar. Because Quest sent me like a 4-pack for completing a survey because I'm on the Quest squad. And I was like, and I was excited. I'm not finishing my sentences. I'm well aware. I acknowledged that it was one of my favorite flavors from the past, the oatmeal chocolate chip, and then I looked at the nutrition information and it only has 2 grams of erythritol in it, which is exceptionally low for Quest bars. So I ate one and it was amazing. So that's going to be my go-to Quest bar from now on, I think. But I'm trying not to eat bars every day. I haven't had a Built Bar since I did the taste test for you guys a couple of days ago, and I keep thinking I should eat them, but then I get angry at them and I don't eat them, and like they're just gonna sit there for a while. Good night, Amberly. Yeah, I should probably wrap this up, huh? Galaxy was a sure thing. Sure was. You should get it if you want it because by real fall it'll be gone. I know, I thought about it, and I wasn't there to shop. I was there to spend a ridiculous amount of money on framing. So that's what I did. As a crafter that I get, but decor items don't need to be out yet. That's fair. I was actually, I don't know why I was alarmed, but when I walked in, I was alarmed to see fall right in my face. And I was like, oh wait, is it that time already? The Eat Me Guilt-Free brownies, most of the time will send a sample of an upcoming flavor in your order, which I think is just so cool of them. And today, when I got my monthly subscription, it's not little, it's a full-size brownie. The free sample was Holiday Cheer. And at first I was like all excited, unboxing things, and I set it on the counter, and I came back about an hour later and I looked at it and I was like, is it really time to be thinking about Christmas? Really? Like, is this happening? Which maybe it's better that way because it means the year is going to be over, and then maybe, just maybe in 2021 we can all have the year that we intended 2020 to be. Maybe? I don't know. Only protein bars I've ever had are Heat and RX bars. That's okay, Lissa. You should stick with that. I eat them. I'm not necessarily proud that I eat them. They help me. They have helped me through my journey from the very beginning. I found Quest bars when I was on Points Plus, when it was the plan on Weight Watchers, because I really wanted a protein bar that I could eat on the go. Because I was going to the gym, I had a bunch of different jobs, I was just out of college, I was doing all this stuff, and I just needed food that was easy to transport, so I wanted a protein bar, but all the protein bars are too high in points, and Quest Bar entered my life early on. I feel like the second half of the year just rushed by, and now with the first half of the year being gone to COVID, blah, I'm not ready. I'm with you. Half the time I don't even know how to feel anymore. Guys, if I'm being honest, it's like I said this to the YouTube girls just, was it this morning? It might have been today. I made a comment about how I'm just tired. I'm just tired of social media. I'm tired of Facebook and all the articles that people post being completely left-wing or completely right-wing and always trying to take each other down and bash each other. And I'm like, just someone give me a news resource that gives me facts and nothing but the facts. And people are arguing in comment sections, and then you go over to Instagram, and then there's Built Bar, and then there's people that are mad at Built Bar, and then there's people that are mad at people for being mad at Built Bar, and then there's just all this stuff. And I'm like, I'm just tired. And would it be the same if we all had a normal year? Would all of this be as crazy? Probably not. But because we're all trapped at home, or most of us are still trapped at home, we're not trapped, but we're encouraged to do less out and about, right? No one has anything better to do. I'm just tired. This whole year has just made me tired. Anybody else? Can anyone else relate? Do I want the holidays to come, or do I not want the holidays to come for another 15 months? I can't decide how I feel about any of it. I really can't. This has been both the longest year and the quickest year of my entire life, and I don't know how to feel anymore. I don't know how to feel. Out early for review? Maybe. Hobby Lobby is putting Christmas and Thanksgiving up at the end of July. Please tell Eric he made my day by making an appearance. I think Q&A with Eric and Brianna is a must. That would be fun. I agree. It would be fun. And little by little, maybe. I did tell him the other week when you offered to send pastries from that shop by your house or whatever. I was like, I have Susan who will send you food to come on the live stream again. He thought that was funny. I like a protein bar in my purse for those times when I'm out and didn't plan. Me too. I almost always have a protein bar in my purse. I also turned 40 at the end of the year. That could be part of my hesitation. Oh, you're fine at 40. I have the same sort of thing. I'm like, I'm going to be 34 in November. And I'm like, you know what? This is and I get so frustrated about the year that's been wasted. Has it really been wasted though? Because I've learned and grown a lot this year too, but I also feel like the year has been a complete and utter waste. And so that those two sides are always competing with one another. But I'm in the grand scheme of things, it's still only a year. If by some miracle of God, we have a vaccine and all of this can be deemed as over by next March, it will have been 1 year of our lives that we survived. And then things can go normal. I don't know that we're ever going to go back to normal, but it feels very strange. But I also have to sit and remember of all of the ways I have grown, all of the ways I have changed, all of the ways I have gotten muscles in these shoulders and in my back. And, ooh, yikes. I'm sore. which there's nothing wrong with that. And I'm stronger. And would I have done that? Would I have achieved those kind of lengths by going to body pump and doing the same thing? I will have gotten there eventually, but I wouldn't have had a need to pick up lift and just, I don't know. This year is filled with so much good and equally as much ridiculously blah. You know? I opened it and played with it, but couldn't bring myself to eat it. On track for the day, aka gives me something to look forward to. I love it. I'm about as excited about the holidays as I usually am, which doesn't say much. My husband said Costco has Halloween costumes out. Will kids even be trick-or-treating this year? I asked my husband that question not that long ago, actually. And he's like, well, maybe this year's the year we just put the bowl out on the patio. And when the candy's gone, it's gone. I was like, you're not wrong. That's a pretty solid thing. Oh, I use protein bars as my bedtime treat. I had to scroll up to see what the comment meant. Tired of everything. Yep, Lou, I'm with you. I'm not wasted. Lindsay, ever the optimist. Ever the optimist and the mom of the group. My son is turning 40 next month. Now I feel really old. I think it's more than that, though. I thought I would have my crap together by 40. Better get on that. Okay. I can get that. Well, you've still got time, right? I mean, maybe not to get all your crap together, but to make progress towards getting your crap together. You can do it. I just want normal again. I get it. COVID will be over by November. I hope so, but I'm not optimistic. I think everybody is tired of the stuff and don't know how to deal anymore. I agree. I'm still waiting for Voldemort to celebrate his birthday to finish out the year. Like I said, if the dark mark appeared in the sky, I would not be surprised. I just wouldn't. I'd actually be really impressed if the dark mark just, poof, there it was. Then I'm going to have to figure out how to get to Hogwarts. I'm not Hey, Anita! I didn't know you were here. I'm just going to go sit over here with Lou. Yeah, I don't, now granted, I don't want to be on the topic for too long because I know everybody has differing opinions of all of it, but I haven't done any in-depth research because, again, I can't find a news source that's completely reliable. But I don't know where the progress is on a vaccine. And that's basically what we're waiting for, is proof that a vaccine will work and then to have the vaccine get manufactured. And I don't anticipate that happening before 2021. I just don't. Pull up a chair, girl. I like it. Time to go wake up the hubby. Oh, is the game over? Is the game over? He will say I wasn't sleeping. Of course he will. If you want to visit your family at either Thanksgiving or Christmas, you can get a rapid COVID test results in 24 hours. Yep, I have a friend who needs to see her mom. And we, as of right now, we have plans to travel for the holidays. We do not have plans to fly, but we have plans to travel. We're hoping that all goes as planned. We're hoping that nothing crazy happens and I can go see Alice for her birthday or go to my friend's wedding, or there's a lot that's coming. And I gotta tell you guys, and I've been talking for a really long time. So if you guys have any last minute thoughts that you want to say or last minute questions you want to ask, go ahead and ask them. But I will say this, I keep thinking about my friend's wedding that we're going to, that we're supposed to be going to. It is a friend from my church back home. And when I think about all of the people that will be there, and like she pared down the guest list, so it's only going to be the important to her people, but those are the important to me people too. And the thought of going there and not being able to get a hug from these people crushes me to not be able to get a hug from these people. If that's actually a thing, like not hugging people, like, because some of those people give the best hugs and I haven't seen them in ages and I would love a hug. And the other day, I swear to you, I had a dream. No, but this is the only thing I remember about the dream. I remember that one moment made me exceptionally happy. And that moment was I hugged a friend for the first time since COVID happened. I don't remember who the friend was in the dream. I have no idea who it was, but I remember the feeling of joy and being able to look at this person in the eyes and say, you are the first person who I haven't been related to or married to that I have hugged since March. And it made me so happy. And I'm just like, wow, what does that tell you about what's going on in my subconscious? That's the only part of the dream I remember. I don't remember where I was. I don't remember who it was. I don't remember what got us into the situation where I was able to hug somebody. That brief snapshot of hugging somebody is all I remember from that dream. And I remember how happy it made me. Oh, man. I want to be allowed to go back to church. Me too. Technically, we are allowed to go back to church, but we're not ready. I could be convinced. Eric could not. So we're still worshiping at home. But if the worship team wanted to message me and say, hey, let's finish your audition, I would do it. I would go and be on the worship team and do that. But they haven't reached out yet because nothing's normal. I want to be able to. Good night. See you next week. Good night, Chrissy. My baby will be 28 this Saturday, and we went for 4-month coop in Costa Rica in January 13th. She's still there. Wow. Our governor is a false positive. Oh, no. With the rapid test. Okay. They're not as accurate. Interesting. That's what they're doing. Driving, but taking the test so as not to infect her mom. Yep. So I'll just go sit in the corner with my tin hat. We're prepping for the second wave. I totally hear you. If I go to Julie's wedding, I'll feel the same way. Yeah. When is Julie's wedding? I thought it was going to happen by now. Because I keep seeing pictures of her and I keep waiting for wedding photos to pop up on Facebook and they haven't. When is her wedding? I don't know if the game is over. Oh, okay. I'm in a place where I'd rather stay completely isolated than see people and not be able to hug them. Right? Like, I don't know how I feel about that. Of like, I'm thinking specifically of the worship leader, Brian, who, if anybody has watched the Bridge worship, which is the church that I used to go to, the last 2 weeks, he's been the lead, not the guy that's been the lead this whole time. But Brian is the guy that was the worship pastor when I was there. He gives the best hugs, and he hugs me every time I see him. And he's just wonderful and makes me so happy. And the thought of, and I know he'll be at the wedding, the thought of not being able to hug him makes me very sad. Makes me very sad. I think the game is still 2-2. Oh, wow. Okay. Meanwhile, my dream was me trying to find a bathroom to go pee. That's amazing, Sarah. I'm kind of ready in some ways, but even if I was fully ready, I can't right now. She already got married once in Idaho for her family, and she's getting married August 15th for Todd's family. Oh, okay, so we're very close. Because I remember she hopped on here not that long ago and made a comment about losing weight for the wedding in 2 weeks, and I was like, it's been 2 weeks. So I wasn't sure what was going on. All right, my friends, I have officially talked for 90 minutes plus, and I have already leaked into Jordan's iTrack Bites Live. So I'm going to go and apparently watch some hockey history get made. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. This is a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed my husband's random appearance. That's always a good time. I had no idea why he was coming in. Jordan started early. Of course he did. Well, that's on him then. That's on him if he decides to start early. But I'm going to go. Thank you for hanging out with me. This is a lot of fun. If you're confused as to the Instagram drama I talked about, the stories are still up. I talked a lot in the last 24 hours, forgive me, but you can go watch the stories over on Instagram. Susan, thank you for coming. And all right, my friends, that's all I got. So I'm just going to go. I'll talk